Hello. In today's video, we're going to be going over the SDO. That allows you to basically replicate what's possible with the database adapter, but do it in a different way and have some much more interesting um, functionality available to you. I've created a project here that has a SDO reviewing on the Flash database, and then I had a composite application, which first, uh, initially I wanted to get a record for each type of record. So, for example, I might have some information on ADF, I might have some information on SOA. So what I did was at first I said, okay, get an abbreviation, so get the ADF stuff first. And then later I realized that I could just cycle through it. So I still have it, and I basically prepare the data by the type, and then I write it to a file. Now, what I really wanted to do with writing the file was to take a field in the table to represent the name, and then another field in the table to represent the contents. And so with the file adapter, you're somewhat limited. You have a name that you hard code in the file adapter, and then you can put maybe a sequence or a date on it, but it doesn't allow you to take the actual contents or a variable in the BEPL process to name the file. So what I did was I created a Java project called Java Write File, and it's very simple. It just basically writes the file to a directory with some parameters and the type of text that it would be. Um, Now, I did think about doing this as a inside the BEPL do uh, you can do a Java call, and I did think about doing that, but it's rather unSOA-like, and of course with a small project like this, it's quite possible to do. But I ended up putting it out on the web server as a web service. So basically, let's walk through this. So basically, I first get I get all the types of data that I have. I assign the count, and then I do a while, and I assign the input to the get flash. So I get it by type, and then I assign it again, and while now I'm doing the write to file. And if we go to the ctemp directory, you can see that I have ADF types, I have BPM types, SOA, XPath, what have you. So basically what I'm doing is I'm writing a file, and ADF data goes in here, BPM data goes in here, SOA data goes in here. And we'll see how this works. So originally I had it so that I would put in a value here. I just put in a T just to fill something in, and we will write it. It runs pretty quickly, and if we go over to our ctemp directory, you can see that there's no files yet. Oh, here they come. So here, for example, is a ADF binding. Now, one of the things that I did notice with it is that if I open it up in Notepad versus opening up in WordPad, this one gives the formatting better. So as soon as I save this, though, and then open it up in Notepad, the formatting is there. That's always an issue with thing here. Now, here are a couple of records that didn't have any data in them. You can see that there's 0 bytes. So there's not many of them. I don't know exactly. Some of the data in my database probably didn't have any values, and that's why it's a 0 byte. But you can see that I have some SOA data, I have BPM data, and if we go to the launch flow here, you can see that we have this. Now the service data object also was interesting because let's go to JDeveloper. My service data object I did in my app module, but the Flash view here actually has a query that I defined, a view criteria. And if we go to the app module, you can see that I can actually include the app module, I'm sorry, the view criteria in there. So you can include this kind of thing. And the basic operations, I did not have any, but you can see that I could select all of those. I just wanted to have this one thing available so that when you see here, you can see that it's, where is it? Yeah, getting the data object here. So I really could have used a database adapter for this in many regards, but the fact that I could control the type of data that is being viewed via the view criteria was interesting to work with. So I'll do another video on SDO as time permits. I hope this was helpful. Have a good day.